next matchup that they made. The next matchup that they made was, what was it? Saddam Hussein versus Pol Pot. And I almost hit my, oh man, I almost tore my hair out when I read that. Because I went on Wikipedia and I saw that. I clicked on the link thinking I would be rickrolled, but when it actually led to an actual article, there was that moment where I just went like, oh. And if you don't know where that's from, watch How I Met Your Mother. But okay, anyways. Saddam Hussein versus Pol Pot. This one infuriates me so much because it did not have to be Saddam Hussein versus Pol Pot. It could have just been Iraqi insurgents versus the Khmer Rouge. Is that how it's pronounced? Khmer? Whatever. But no, but you know, this show is trying to push the limits, like it's trying to get you to watch it, so they put on these crazy freaking episodes. And so this would be the first dictator match. And this one makes no goddamn sense, cuz it makes sense if you have historical legends from the past. I mean, if you have William Wallace versus Shaka Zulu, I mean, these guys fought in the field, you know, so it makes sense. But when you have guys like modern heroes like Saddam Hussein and Pol Pot, who were strategists and sent people to fight for them, I mean, that's where it gets stupid. I mean, like I said, it could have just been Iraqi army versus the Khmer Rouge. So, what do I have to say to this? They're probably just gonna take out like the weapons that each army holds. I mean, like I really doubt that they're gonna bring into the game like Saddam Hussein's chemical weapons. Like, there's no way that they're gonna go that far. I mean, this is probably gonna be a 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 squad matchup like they usually do. So. What else can I say about this? I mean, this one is so weird. I mean, dictator versus dictator. I mean, these guys weren't really known for fighting. I mean, these guys were known for sending people to fight and torturing people to get what they want. You know, I'm just repeating what I just said, but it really is one of the weirdest matchups I've seen, and this one I'm really curious to watch. I'll probably be very mad at the result, or what they say in there, but I'm looking forward to this is one I actually look forward to this one more than Vampires versus Zombies and Joan of Arc versus William the Conqueror, because this matchup is so stupid and yet so interesting at the same time that it has piqued my interest. Yeah, but if I had to choose, because I picked the winners in the last video. On a very small margin, I'd give the win to Saddam Hussein, mainly because he's a dictator. He was in control of the country, and the Nazi versus Viet Cong. You have the guys who ran the country versus guys who barely could keep out the foreign troops, you know, the U.S. So, if I had to choose, I go with Saddam Hussein, because, yeah, I know Pol Pot, you know, he was in control of Cambodia, but he took over in a very unstable time, whereas Saddam Hussein, he managed to keep like a tight grip on his country. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm going with. And also, Saddam Hussein has a sort of a decade, what's the word I'm looking for? Decade advantage. I mean, the Viet Cong actually had a 2-decade advantage, but it's still 10 years ahead of Pol Pot, which is not a lot, really. So, I don't know. We have to watch this one, and when they make this episode, I will tune in, because like this one I have to see. This will probably be one of the stupider episodes they do, but it sounds so freaking weird and cool. Yeah. And if you have any thoughts about Saddam Hussein versus Pol Pot, feel free to write. I'd like to hear.